I'm always
You
feeling
know what?
good,
In a
man.
perfect world, I would like to say the 2 or 3 things that I say to people, and it just go over.
2 to 3 things you say.
Yeah,
You
like
say
total
10 to
out of
20
life.
things, B. What are you talking about, bro?
Trap, I don't tell nobody 20 nothing. I don't even talk
15.
at max. Since you know me, 15 things.
Mhm.
At max, 15 things. Yeah, you need an interface so you can control your audio. Like the sound card on your computer ain't strong enough to control the audio.
Yo, I sent you my zip code, B.
What's crazy is I actually went and actually found a place, and the dude hit me back.
What do you say?
Nothing. For you to come get it at this.
Nothing. Nothing.
For you to come get it at this point. Let me hit him back and shit.
Nothing.
Hold on, let me pull this up.
We ain't got no coach here today.
Nah, coach, I ain't pulling up today.
Said he got a coach today.
Yeah.
King, what up?
What's happening?
So you see the back of the studio? So
What
like
happened?
once
You moved the DJ joint?
Yeah, so once we had a store officially, we got the store officially. So then like all the stuff, so now we'll be able to really fix just the studio to where when we stream it here, it'll have more of a production value. Like I think I'm gonna hang clouds down. So you just see clouds and
He
shit.
loves those clouds, don't he, Trap?
Mm-hmm.
He loves those clouds
down. I mean, it's no ceilings.
You know?
Oh, that's what the clouds. Oh, I thought you was just
Yeah.
thought you was on cloud 9 or something when you
No. The cloud is the no ceilings logo.
I get it. Yeah, that's a fact. It is.
I had a couple thoughts this morning, right?
I feel like I'm in trouble now.
Oh,
why would you be in trouble?
We have them thoughts.
Why you think I be thinking about you when I'm walking my miles?
I hope not.
So then why would you be in trouble?
I don't know, man.
I ain't woke mine today. I'm gonna do
What'd
mine
you
after
do that would put you in any trouble with anybody?
Well, I took the hats over there.
Oh yeah, that's just God.
You know?
That's just God doing what he does best to me, trying my patience.
See?
Of course, you ain't gonna take the other hats. These hats, you gonna take the hats that I need. But at the end of the day, I'm grateful you taking hats in general.
So that's all.
Shout out to the guy that keeps referencing. He said the fact we take this 40 plus gang members serious is why we are statistically last. I thought that was cute.
He just chatted just now. Thanks for showing up, man. Make sure you like,
thank you for showing
subscribe,
up,
and subscribe too, please.
You can listen to the Busters you listen to. I'm sure it's a bunch of Busters page that wouldn't pinch anybody.
Stick around for a while.
I wish. You know what? I agree. I think y'all should be following Busters. I mean, why would you follow an outlaw at all? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you follow an outlaw when you could just go kiss up the master? Don't go follow the original gang members. Don't follow Harriet Tubman. Don't follow Martin Luther King. Don't follow Malcolm X. None of the other people who don't believe in the system and live their life a certain way. And I know you feel like, well, how could you compare yourself to that? Because that's all what being an outlaw is about. Sometimes I laugh at people when they talk to me about gangbanging. Trap, you know, because I've been able to. I know people get offended when you use the term educate, but I've been able to educate you and Lex a lot on gangbanging. Because sometimes I think people look at gangbanging and they see colors and they think they understand gangbanging. So I'm very interested to see what do people think of gangbanging. What do you think gangbanging is? That's interesting. Like, what do you think? You think one day you wake up and you're not from where you're from?
What you mean by that?
I don't know. Like, do a general stop being a general when they get old? Do they stop being? No? Like, what should I log out for? Like, I was thinking about it the other day. We was having this conversation about being a civilian.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I was like, damn, man, if I was a civilian, I'd be calling the police.
And me and Coach said you'll never stop being an outlaw.
Well, sometimes I thought about it a lot more.
Oh, okay.
I just don't understand the benefits in being being like a regular person.
A citizen.
Like that would almost be in conceding to say that your president is a gangster. Your president talking about committing war crimes right now.
But first, it'd be like saying what?
I wouldn't put him as a gang. I put him as a bully. He ain't no
I want to hear what he said. It'd be like saying it's like
anybody willing to commit crime to advance the agenda is a gangster.
Okay. But being like a citizen is like what?
I don't know. It feel like when you a citizen, it's like, I mean, can you really affect change without getting in trouble?
Oh no, I agree with that. You can't.
Like, remember Martin Luther King to America was considered a criminal. I'm interested because I hear it all the time, and I saw that, and I'm not mad. You could follow Drake. You can go impregnate a stripper. You feel like you got some money, so I would imagine that's cool. People will slap you up and piss on you and punch on you. But at least you got some money. You know what I'm saying? Would you rather be a wealthy Mark Trap or a respected poor man? Feel like you could pay people to protect you?
What moves you in, Trap?
It's a thought.
Trap sells out sometimes.
Because money is something. You know what I mean? It's a thought, right? It's like, would you rather be a wealthy Mark where everybody just punk you and you could just pay people? Or would you rather be a respected poor man?
Well, that's an easy answer for me.
As a man.
I'm taking respect to poor man. I ain't gonna lie. But
think about it.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to figure it out. I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna get rich though. I'll tell you that much.
You're scared, Trap.
I ain't gonna just be sitting here poor and just be a poor ass tough nigga.
It's interesting because I feel like the more I thought about that, I was like, damn, like, what would I be like as a law-abiding citizen? I guess life wouldn't change too much. You know what I mean? Is it really that different? What's the most street thing you run into, Trap, coming up? Like when you like a regular person, like what's the most street thing?
Speeding.
That ain't street.
God damn, I knew he was gonna sell out. Sooner or later, I knew it was coming.
I mean, that's the worst you could do if you're a law-abiding citizen. The worst you're gonna do is speed. That's the worst thing you're gonna do with speed. That's it.
Speed ain't a crime. That's a traffic infraction.
Smoke weed in public? I don't know what you gonna do.
Stop it.
No,
I mean, what you gonna do? Drinking in public? Like what? What you mean?
Okay, that's even better.
I don't know if that's a crime. I
that's
think
a crime.
Like infractions. I mean, speeding is a traffic infraction. Speeding is a traffic infraction.
Letting your dog shit on lawns and shit. Like, what you gonna do?
I watch people do that all the time. And
I do that all the time.
I be watching people walk their dogs and the dogs be shitting on the walk path. And I be like, you ain't got no bag or nothing to clean up behind your dog.
No, it's fertilizing.
Man, there you go, Trap.
It's not on the grass.
Okay, on the
it is on the grass.
But not in
on
the
grass.
Walkway,
not on the walkway.
Not
on the walkway. On the grass.
I don't even think it's that, dog. Like,
what you think it is?
Because dog poop is not fertilizer.
Why is
cow poop is a specific type of fertilizer because it eats grass all the time. Like, you can't go shit on the grass and your shit is gonna fertilize
it. Ain't killing the grass.
We used to dig holes and shit in them back in the days. Years and years and thousands of years.
You ain't living no third world country. I'm about to say you. You used to do it.
I don't get why don't people pick up behind their dogs. And you was one of the dudes, Trap.
I don't pick up behind my dog. I'm gonna tell you like that.
You all right, Trap?
I don't pick up behind my dog.
I just came and shit on your door.
I make sure I walk in routes where I'm not walking. I'm not letting my dog shit on somebody's lawn and shit like that.
It's too easy said. It literally does kill the grass, Trap.
Well, whatever.
What do you mean, whatever?
It's not like I said. I walk my dogs
really good after it
I walk my dogs in routes that I'm not walking by nobody's house when my dog is not shitting on nobody's lawn and shit like that, B. I walk certain routes like that, B.
You don't think shitting is like trash? It's like garbage?
It's waste. It's waste.
But like imagine like you saw a man shitting over there.
I just feel like he got to go to the bathroom.
Is it okay for the? Is it okay
and he couldn't get to the toilet.
Glasses?
I mean, I guess.
I mean, it's okay to piss, but not okay to shit.
Okay. Where does outlaw start? Like, as an outlaw, like, I'm not the kind of outlaw that would just take something from you unless you owe me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Is that wrong? Like, I had a show in San Diego. Shout out to Means because he always tell his story. And he makes me like I'm a villain for this story. But I go to perform, right? It's a show. The dude is only paying me $3,000. Kind of whatever, no problem. Looking out, doing the show. So he's supposed to have the back end. Now, as I'm driving down to San Diego, I'm talking to him. He can tell me at any time he doesn't have the rest of the money, right? Mind you, it's not the 5,000, it's 3,000. It's a deal. So, favor, right? Cool. I talked to the man 3 times. I get there. The man I say everything cool. He said, everything good. I perform. And when I finish, the man tell me he don't have the money. So I'm like, why would you do that? Like, all this time, why would you care about how your relationship is with your audience, you getting everything cracking, you know what I mean? All of the above, feel me? And you don't have that, right? So he was the DJ too. And I'd be like, I was like, okay. So I took his laptop and his mixer.
I knew he was going to say that. I knew he was going to say he took his laptop.
And his mixer, right? And I was like, when you have my paper, you just call me and I'll bring you laptop and mixer. Is that outlaw?
Well, I think that's
like, I know that's a crime.
That's even exchange right there. It's easier. That's even collateral to hold on to so I get my money.
Like, I know that's a crime, but is that really? You get what I'm saying? Like, I had this thought this morning, right? Like, all the years that I used to sell drugs, right, King? And God put it as a burden on my heart to like care about people, you feel me, and not sell drugs, right? To regret selling drugs. Like, damn, I could have figured out something else. Is it wrong to sell drugs if people buy drugs? Like, okay, it's a crime, Trap, right, King? It's a crime to sell drugs, right? The system says this is improper behavior. But as a Crip, as homie said, as a gang, right, as a gang member, selling drugs, is it wrong, King?
Well, I justify it by the government sell drugs.
What makes it wrong, right? Okay, if selling alcohol is right, how could selling crack be wrong? You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I don't want to, and I think, shout out to Made It Look Easy, because morally, I think that all depends on perspective, because by that standard, somebody wants to buy drugs. So let's not talk crime. And this is kind of where you come into my realm, right? Let's just talk right and wrong. If you want to buy drugs and I want to make money for selling drugs, is that wrong? It's a crime. We know that, but is it wrong, Trap? Is it wrong, King? It don't feel wrong to me. It feels wrong to me, Trap, because God put it on my soul to care for people that ain't caring for themselves.
I always do it like this. When you know what I'm saying? It's the difference between being a pusher and being a hustler. You know what I'm saying? Hustler gonna hit off supply and demand. A pusher gonna push the drugs on person that don't even want the drug. They gonna be constantly pushing it on somebody like that.
I ain't never seen nobody do that shit in my life.
I have.
I feel like
Pusha some real old school shit. The second me to try this.
Yeah, exactly.
I would pay to meet a real pusher, like somebody that was convincing people to do drugs.
Yeah.
I've never in my life convince when I was hustling every day. I'm talking about 15 to 25.
Mm.
When I was selling dope, selling PCP, selling crack, I've never in my life had to convince anybody to buy drugs. They were
You never,
for me.
you never had it to a point where it was like, because you probably never had like a new drug. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like a new drug that nobody
Yeah,
never,
yeah,
the
break a
niggas wasn't,
drug.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
like,
never broke a new drug. I'm sorry.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Fire.
Like
That's
when
crazy
ecstasy,
to break a new drug.
like
It's
when
crazy.
ecstasy and shit first came out, and when motherfuckers started taking the fucking these pills nowadays, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers had to push that shit on people, B. Yo, it ain't that bad. This, that, this. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna do just that. This what that do. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be all right. This, that, this. You try it. That's the word. You should try it.
Like I never in my life had to tell anybody, hey, you need to try my drugs when I was hustling. You need to try.
You ain't never told, hold on. You never told somebody you got better work than another person down the block?
No. So
you got
here's
me
the
there.
truth.
You got me there.
That's what I'm saying. That's pushing, B. What you
That's
mean?
not pushing.
Yo, bro, I got better work than the nigga down the block, B.
No, that's because they're going to buy work and
You're convincing somebody to come and get your work.
Trap, come on. That's
Nigga, they just coming to line up and just line up. You gotta, listen, man.
Push, Trap.
What?
I'm saying if somebody wants to buy drugs and you want to make the money selling drugs, is it wrong?
Nah, so
As a
listen,
human.
man.
I thought I was like one of the nicest drug dealers because I treated them right. I was fair.
That's what I'm saying.
Customer relations, customer relations.
I
Right
didn't
top notch.
Top notch customer relations.
You know, I thought I was perfect.
Let them slide every now and then for $2 or $3. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah, I would give them some free. Sometimes depends what who they is and how they've been coming.
Yeah, you really develop a relationship. So between me and y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all a little too much, but I ain't gonna tell y'all too much. I'm writing a television show, a black comedy about a black sitcom about how I came up selling drugs, how I got into it, and what it was like for me. And it's funny as hell because it's no way this should be a situational comedy, but it's great. But I feel like it's important to share because, like the dude just said, he's like, if we're listening to a Crip, and I'm like, why would you not listen to me? Right? Shout out to JP says it wrong to sell poison. Is McDonald's wrong?
I don't think I'm saying anything about McDonald's.
Is Pepsi wrong?
Say the big arch trap.
Like, is Pepsi wrong at this point? Like Pepsi know there's a bunch of stuff in there that they've proven is bad for humans, but they like, you know what? They love Pepsi.
They do got Pepsi Zero though.
Oh,
I mean, they kind of balance.
They
kind of balance it out.
Bad
though.
chemicals in Pepsi Zero.
They kind of balance it out though.
I know you went to college, Trap, huh?
I wish. I wish.
I was just thinking about that, and like when he says that, like when somebody says that to me, they be like, you know, you're a Crip, and I'm like, what do you think that means? Does that mean? Does it matter that I got A's and 1320 on my SAT? Like, where does that change what type of human I am? The only thing it changes is that I don't believe the law is the greatest sense of morality. So when he was saying it, I'm like, why would you not listen to, like, imagine listening to somebody that's scared to die for what they believe in. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not willing to die for what you believe in. Like, most people don't. Like, when I'm talking, I get it. It's a lot of people that have streams. I guess that's what it feels like. So you hear a lot of people talking. Like, I got homies that's talking. And to them, it's just business. And I respect it. Like, my homeboys, they stream for business. And I seen all of the big streamers. They business. Like, I be looking for application, Trap. Like, people be always asking me, they be like, man, what's up with you? You ain't seen Aiden? I'm like, oh, I'm gonna see Aiden. Like, it ain't hit them because they're so used to everybody streaming, just talking. And then then when it's like, I don't think they gonna know how to respond. I genuinely think they don't know how to respond. Like, when I catch up with him and I'm tripping and whatever happens, and I don't think people gonna know how to respond. Like, I feel like I'm gonna take so much backlash, which is fine because that's part of being a Crip, right? It's like, you don't have to agree with everything I do. I'm doing it because I know it's the right thing to do, right? And it's like, Trap, I don't think black folk gonna be like, man, that was the right thing to do. I think it's gonna be a lot of niggas like, man, fuck him. Giving him the death penalty, put him in prison for 30 years, which I'm all for that. Like, that's cool because that's what being a Crip prepares you for, right? It prepares you for people to not understand or have to agree with what you're about to do. If that makes sense. And that, to me, that's street life. It's no different than we grew up hustling, feel me, trying to make our way. Like, we trying to make a better life for ourselves at all costs. So I was just thinking to myself, like, damn, like, that threw me off when he said that. I was like, damn, because they always say that. And I'm like, did you think I woke up one day and was just going to be a bitch? Like, am I supposed to wake up one day and just, like, be a mark? Like, oh, you know what? Like, I'm wondering, am I going to wake up one day and feel like I need to call the police?
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, man, these niggas, they out here, like, if somebody got loud music, like, if they got loud music, like, I'm going to walk next door and knock on their door and tell them to cut the shit down.
Yeah.
Or, like, to me, that's the difference with a regular civilian. They're going to call the police to tell them, or maybe even a civilian to go over there and knock on it and be like, please, you got the music. Most of the time, I just let people play their music.
Nah, don't pull up on my block playing that music all loud.
Yeah, I
don't pull up on my block. No, don't pull up on my block playing music all loud. Don't be outside my damn house smoking weed and shit outside my house. No, get that shit from off my block. And I'm gonna tell you, get that shit from off my block, man. Or
you already know nobody how trap get down.
I'm not telling nobody what. I'm handling that shit myself. Yeah, listen, turn that shit down, B.
Really? I'm not really saying nothing. I'll just go to sleep.
Yeah, especially if it's at night.
Like, I feel like people need to.
Getting old, man. That shit coming.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm waiting for the day that I can understand what they talking about. Cause I wake up every day and I still ain't convinced. Like, I don't think most of these niggas could whoop me. I'm just saying. No, I don't think that. Like, it ain't happened to me. Don't get me wrong. I think I could lose some fights,
thinking and knowing is too.
You not finna just whoop me, like, you know what I mean? Like, you finna get punched in your fucking face. Like, you finna be in a fight, whether you win or not. You gonna be in a fight.
Yeah, you're gonna get one. You're gonna get a tussle. You're gonna get a tussle.
Somebody gonna see.
No, you got into one. You gonna
you.
No, you got into one.
You gonna at least have to tell him you see the other guy.
Your collar gonna be kind of twisted, little son. Your collar gonna be twisted.
So you know what I'm saying? I'm hoping I wake up one day and feel like this don't make sense to me. Where it's like, I don't know how you can see your president and think to yourself you want to be within the law.
They got 34. They got 34 felonies. 34 felonies.
I don't know how you look at your president and think to yourself, right now, this motherfucker tweeted and said he finna destroy a country.
Word.
Like, this is your president. Your law-abiding president. It said right now, because he right now tweeting, I'm gonna get rid of this whole town. I'm gonna destroy their infrastructure they building. They won't exist no more. That's your president.
Turn that shit into a fourth world country. That's
your president.
Everything is gone.
Like, your president relate more to this cripping than you. Because you wouldn't do nothing. You who tripping off I'm a Crip, because the president wouldn't really trip that I'm a Crip. Barack wouldn't trip. Like, we all on the same timing. I don't know where you at. We on me, Barack, Trump, Tookie, John Gotti. We all on the same timing. We all on the same timing. Drama. Settle drama. At all expense, settle drama. Oh, you want drama? I'm going to bring you smoke. Me, your president, that's me, Barack, Trump, Tookie, John Gotti, Stalin, Kim Jong-un. We all on the same timing. You are the only one that ain't on that timing. Trump tweeting right now. Talking about he finna kill 93 million people.
That's that many people there?
Yes. Right now. He like, yeah. Like, I need to read the tweet. I know we don't do policy here because I feel like policy would be too much. I might as well talk about Crippin' and Blood if I'm going to talk about policy at this point. But let me read this tweet to you, King. This is like the craziest thing in the world. Then we're going to start the podcast. We're going to start it. Hold up. Trump tweets Iran.
First off, why is he tweeting? That shit just bugs me out every time, man.
Craziest shit.
That shit bug me out every time. Our president is tweeting.
I'm glad he tweets, bruh, because he reminds me of y'all.
Oh wow.
And the way you say y'all is crazy. Though,
I mean,
bitch,
because
the way you say y'all is crazy.
Ain't on the internet. Well, the president is on the internet. Hold up. A whole civilization will pass tonight. And he didn't use pass, he used DIE. Never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. However, now that we have complete and total regime change, where different, smarter, and less radicalized minds prevail, maybe something revolutionary, wonderful can happen. Who knows? We will find out tonight. One of the most important moments in the long and complex history of the world. 47 years of extortion, corruption, and death will finally end. God bless the great people of Iran. A whole civilization will pass away tonight. DIE.
That's cold, dude. Think he wrote that himself?
Yes. I know PR person wrote that.
I definitely think he wrote that.
What? I wrote it.
He put
I think somebody wrote that. I think somebody wrote that code. That's some cold-blooded shit right there.
Ain't no publicist coming
up with that. That was cold. That was cold, B.
Ain't no publicist coming up with that, dog.
He don't mix his words when Trump speak. He say what he say.
He spelled everything right and everything?
Yes. And he didn't use no words that you can't spell right. They was all simplified words, simple words.
Simple words. Yeah. Civilization.
Your president is a Crip.
That was cold, man.
Your president is a Crip. Shout out to nobody who's here. Y'all think that's funny. I don't think it's funny. I think it's funny that y'all talk shit about me being a Crip.
I don't think that's funny at all.
That's what's funny to me. Your president is a Crip. That's funny to me. I'm glad you said that.
I don't find that funny at all.
It's funny you said that, right? We think that's funny, right? Because I'm going to tell you something else I thought. We're going to kick this off. No Ceilings Live, the lunch hour, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right here, noon, Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. if you're on the East Coast. Click that like button real quick. A couple of y'all in here. Click that like button. If you're on Facebook, go and share this post. If you're on Twitter, retweet this link. We do this stream to support the No Ceilings podcast. Feel me? New episodes coming live. We banking them up. King been a star on some of this. So it was really good. But you can listen to the No Ceilings podcast on Apple Podcasts, iHeart Podcasts, and anywhere you get your podcast from. No Ceilings podcast, executive produced by Charlamagne the God, Black Effect Podcast Network, and iHeart, and our sponsors.
Mealsbymandy.com.
Best meals in all of the land. If you want to lose weight, gain weight, or you just don't feel like cooking, hit up mealsbymanny.com. MANNIE.com. Let Manny get your meals right. If you're going to cook your own food, grab some of that Hood Fire seasoning. Mealsbymanny.com. Check in. It's funny he said that, right? Because he was like, man, he said Trump is enabling. He said this is the reason why people think they could act the way they act. It's not just that, though. Trump don't just enable silly whiteness. He enables silly blackness, right? He enables silly blackness. Like right now, for LeBron to not apologize, that's because Trump is the president.
You think so, for real?
Yes. Oh, LeBron, when Barack was the president, LeBron would have just apologized. LeBron been playing basketball in the NBA through, I don't know, 5 presidents. Whoever the president was when he first came in the league, then Barack was the president. Bush was the president? Yeah, Bush was the president. Barack was the president twice. Biden was the president. And then Trump is the president. So that's 4 presidents.
4.
For Brian to say that shit about Memphis knowing it's black and then say we should give it to the white folks, that's some ignorant shit. And he would have apologized. He'd apologize. But Trump enables silliness and really a lack of accountability, right? It's kind of like this energy in the air. It's like LaRussell protesting against his fans. Like, who protests against their own fans? Like, he had a whole protest that Miles organized against his own fans. Think about how crazy that was.
I think
who
you're right.
protests against their own fans?
Trump has no accountability. So I see where you're going with this. I have to agree with you now.
He protests. He could have just said, "My bad, man. I meant to say heaven. I didn't mean heaven sent. I meant God, man. Y'all know as an MC, that's close enough. No apology. Brian talks shit about black people on a golf course full of white people. Talk shit about Memphis. Then tell us we need to get a team to Nashville. And then doubles down on that dumb shit. That don't make no sense. D1, instead of just saying, hey, you know what? I don't understand. Let me go find somebody to agree with me. It makes no sense. The president talking about all this shit. Y'all see
You're right, though.
the
You
little
got
white
okay,
man,
you're right.
what's the little white man that Joshua knocked out that was boxing against the nobodies? He finally fought somebody.
Jake
Knocked him
Paul.
down.
Jake
Jake
Paul.
Paul. He shows up, makes an AI thing of a blackface thing, and that's cool. Like,
He
what
did
if I
it?
did blackface? He used the AI thing. He said, what if I use blackface? What if I use blackface? I'm like, bro, you're in America. It's a history of blackface. That's why this is not the same. And then you got a bunch of assholes be like, well, you know, he got a good point. No, he doesn't have a good point. You either ignorant of history or you have no idea. I get so many ignorant people in the information era, cuz this shit crazy. And now you got Kanye stupid ass. Instead of Kanye just coming out, making it a big deal to apologize to black people, he just keep trying to move forward. He felt like he apologized to them folks that he offended over there, that got some money, and that was going to work out. It ain't cool, brother. You got a history of fucking up.
What do you do now lately?
I mean,
He
now
ain't
he
do
didn't do
nothing
nothing.
now. He ain't do nothing now.
Shit, he did enough. He did enough for 100 lifetimes. He did enough for 100 lifetimes. And I'm worried about black people. Black people don't know how to be upset at him. They feel like you can't be upset at him. And right now he's going through something, and I'm seeing countries ban him. I'm seeing countries say you can't come to the country. I'm seeing people cancel shows, sponsorship pull out, and the blackness in me want to connect with him, right? And it's cool, right? It's like, damn, I want to connect with him, right? Because he black, and I do. I feel his pain. But you know what it teaches me, Trap? That if I say some shit that I know is gonna fuck with people, I gotta be okay with them people not feeling no kind of way. Like I refuse to make a whole protest about this motherfucker talking crazy about these people and black people, and then thinking it's okay, like because they don't want to fuck with him. People keep saying free speech, freedom of speech. Freedom of speech means you won't be incarcerated for the things you say. That's all freedom of speech means. It don't mean people got to fuck with you. I think that's what y'all conflating with freedom of speech. When y'all say he just exercises freedom of speech. Well, freedom of speech means you're not going to go to jail for telling everybody you're a Nazi or Hail Hitler. Or saying, you know, you sucked your cousin penis inappropriate at a certain age. Or you selling swastika shirts. Or you know, I wore this Klan outfit because I ain't fuck with niggas and Jews. Like, look, you're not going to go to jail for that. That's what freedom of speech is. But also, it means you say something, people don't have to support you. They don't have to allow you to make money in their arenas. And it's okay for black folk to be upset because he hasn't put up his best effort to make black people feel better. He just hasn't. He just hasn't. He hasn't really did a good job of it. That's how I feel about all of these dudes. They do it, and don't get me wrong. You do got some brothers like Trap. They don't care, man. They just love your art, whatever. And that's fine. Like, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
I care. I care about what he said, all that shit he did and said. You know what I'm saying? But then when he comes around and says it all kind of falls on his mental, you know what I'm saying, his mental state that he was in then, it's kind of like, all right. But
That's
still
fast.
you don't excuse the shit though. It's still some bonehead shit to say or shit he did. You know what I'm saying? But that's the only reason why it's like, all right, don't. You know what I'm saying, don't do it.
It really didn't have nothing to do with it. They'd have went the same, even if he didn't say the. He only said that to try to pacify his relationship with the money. Now that could be true. Don't get me wrong, because I don't think it's necessarily. I don't think it got something to do with the accident. I think this motherfucker been crazy.
Oh no, yeah, I don't got nothing to do with the accident.
I think the accident, how they, this motherfucker been crazy. He's crazy. But that's the thing. We was talking about it the other day. Kanye takes the biggest risk, so he gets the biggest rewards. So when he hit crazy. But when he missed,
you're gonna miss
over there.
Land on your motherfucking head. Your head.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, Ye is in a situation to where it's like, bro, what are you doing? Like, why?
Yeah. I think everything got to be understood. You know what I'm saying? As far as these people don't want to mess with you, and it ain't no they picking up. No, my man,
and
no.
to me, that's what I'm trying to stop us from doing.
Yeah,
I don't want us to get caught up in the whole. Oh, you know what? No. Not this time. Not this time.
That man was wilding. That man was wilding.
You're gonna have to go sit down with some, like how they got you sitting down with some rabbis. We need you to go sit down with Farrakhan. We need you to go sit down with Barack. You need to go sit down with Jay-Z. You need
Jay don't want to sit. No. Jay don't want to sit with him. Jay don't want to sit with him. He got to give Jay-Z 5 minutes first before you sit down with Jay-Z. He got to give him 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Look, however, you got to make it work.
I need 5 minutes real quick.
I think the rabbis over there in England, they got some goons. I mean, you got to squabble with him first. Once you squabble with him, we can talk.
Give him 5 minutes real quick. You come and talk to us real quick. We need 5 though. We're gonna keep time. You tough.
I'm just looking at it like, you know, I want and y'all know how empathetic I am to black folk, man. Like, it bothers me deep down in my soul to watch people do that. But then here's one of those moments, feel me, where I'm like, and it's not like one time, Trap. The nigga kept doing the shit, man. He just kept, like, it wasn't just today. It wasn't nothing. You just kept doubling down. But that's that bullshit Trump empowers. It's a ridiculous silliness where you could just apologize.
See, Trump ain't even fucking with him no more.
Yeah.
Trump said he don't want to.
I mean, that's how crazy you gotta be with Trump. Like, are you tripping?
Listen,
that's
you ain't my son no more. You ain't my son no more. You ain't my son no more.
You like, if Trump think you tripping, if Trump think you tripping, you gotta be tripping. Cause Trump like, man, you ain't tripping, bro.
Yeah, he bugging.
What's up with him? Like, if Trump think you tripping. I've been said that 5-5 vicious. If he want to make good with me, just give me, let's go and take a little fade, and I'll speak. We'll work it out from there. Just tell the homie set up a fade. Tell Monop and them. Let us just throw. I won't hurt him too bad. He might got some hands, but I won't hurt him too bad. You feel me? But I gotta punch on him for him to understand how disappointed I am with his behavior as a real representative of us, of street urban culture and black people in general. I just feel like a little fade to do a little something. I think a little fade to do me some right. You know what I mean? Just a little hands. I think that's cool.
How many fades you got to line up to make everything cool?
How many fades you got to line up that ain't cool?
No. To make everything cool, to be like, yo.
Because you got a few you said you wanted.
For Kanye.
For Kanye, yeah.
Shit, I definitely know he got to fight Jay-Z.
Got to fight Hov.
Him and Hov need to go on get in the backyard.
You got to fight a big small hat. You know what I'm saying? One of their goons. You got to fight one of their goons.
And I would like to recommend who that is because I know a couple Jewish boxers that really get cracking. There's some good ones.
Yeah.
He got to fight Hov because Hov put him on. He got to fight me because he disrespected street urban culture.
Yeah.
You got to fight one of them cold hands, one of them one of the old JDL brothers.
Yeah.
You got to fight one of them.
Yeah. He was going crazy. He was going crazy on overweight people too. You gotta fight somebody overweight.
You know what?
Person.
Yep. I can represent both of them because I'm still kind of close enough.
There you go. So you got it. You got it. Then.
Both of them.
You don't lost a couple pounds though. You might.
Yeah. I don't know if they're gonna give me the fair.
Yeah, they might not give you that one.
Yeah, both of them. I take both of them fades, right?
Who else?
But I just think that he just haven't had consequence in a long time. Like he's been able, and like consequence ain't losing money neither. Like we need to get back, and this is what I be saying. Here go back to that crip shit that y'all think I'm cripping. It need to get back to good old fashioned hands, like good old fashioned hands. Like when the last time he got punched in the face? I'm just saying, yeah, he might have hands, but I honestly believe when you have to use your hands, it still make you different. Even if you have to win a fight, you start being careful with the things you say.
You want to just keep fighting over and over. You fighting that.
Spelled just like that, no cut. HNZ, hands.
HNZ.
HANZ, hands.
Put these hands on you.
Hands. He need hands. Because he ain't got no hands, bro. He ain't got no hands. He ain't no consequence. Nothing.
See what you keep doing with that consequence, man. That's like a double right there.
Facts. Shout out to
Mhm.
Quinn. Shout out to Khan. I
Mhm.
know Khan like, gee, man, Khan know he need a fight. Khan, you ain't beat him up in the back. Take him in the backyard and check your homie.
Mhm.
I think that's Ye's biggest problem. I think a lot of people's problem is they ain't been punched in the face. They've been able to get away with being all of this rhetoric. The last 15, 16 years of stuff we talked about has been rooted in people not being punched in the face. Punch in the face will correct a lot of behavior. I don't know, dog. I just feel like black people feel guilty. I just think black people feel guilty. I feel like black people feel guilty because he is one of ours, especially in street urban culture. He's like our token joy, right? He's something special to us. But I think that's the problem. Listen, man, stop whining and talk about violence ain't the answer. The president is at war. This country's been at war. Stop. Anybody who say violence ain't the only answer, I automatically think you scared of violence. You don't have to say that. Everybody knows violence ain't the only option, but the problem is people go to violence. But I feel like black people in general feel upset right now because they don't want to be mad at Ye. They don't want to be mad at Ye, bro. They don't want to be mad at Ye. And really, I'm mad at Ye. I'm upset at Ye. And I should be, and you should be too. It's cool too. It's okay. He got some shit to work out for us. He wore that fucking Klan outfit up there. Somebody he hate niggas and bro. Then you tried to rationalize it. You tried to compare what Hitler did to them folks as to street life. That don't have nothing to do. I ain't never walked no black people in no damn gas chamber. None of us have. No gang. I don't care. Whoever the toughest one ain't walked nobody into no damn gas chamber. I don't care what you say about none of them GDs, BDs, Larry Hoovers. Ain't no black gangsters ever in history that had nothing to do with hip hop walk. No, even the dude that ate the person that's locked up now, Lurch, right? He didn't walk nobody into no gas chamber. He didn't. So to falsely compare what Hitler did to the Jewish folk, Hitler and the Nazi did to the Jewish folks, and saying, well, they promoting what hip hop is what's happening in our culture is boy, that ain't the same.
I'll be right back.
That ain't the same, dog. So it's a lot of, instead of him just apologizing, just apologize.
But I thought he did apologize.
No, he wrote it. He took out an ad in the Times apologizing where he mentioned this much about black folks. He mentioned this much about Jewish folk. And then it took the man that ran the British Jew, that whole organization to come out and say, man, you was talking shit about not just us, but even black people. Now you got to come sit down with the rabbis. I think that was like a call out too. Mm-hmm. He's like, man, you want to come get some money over here? We need that fade.
But then he don't want the black money.
Well, the best part is now the white money. They ain't not giving him nothing.
Well, didn't they say his concert just did something?
Canceled.
Oh.
He threw a concert in LA and the concert went really well. It was a nice set design, but I'm like, I'm cool.
Okay.
I think that's all it is. They just need a fade. They ain't got punched in the face in a long time. Or any of it. Period. No H2TTR. We don't get too offended. Oh, word. Listen, man, if you ain't got no backbone and you just want to ride penis, brother, because you feel like he's talented and you don't care. Like sometimes when y'all talk to me about how y'all think y'all let people say shit about y'all or represent y'all, I could imagine what the girls or people y'all let people do to y'all. I wonder how you let your boss talk to you at work. Like, how do you let your boss talk to you at work? You let what do you let happen to you? Like, if you don't have y'all don't have no self-respect at all. You just want to be there. For real. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it, man. Like, I love Ye, man. Ye is the man, but I don't give a fuck how good he is at music. I don't care about none of that. I demand respect. I don't know how y'all live this life without no integrity. That shit is crazy. The people y'all fuck with don't got no integrity. None of this shit. Like, y'all just like if they got paid. Like, that's the only thing y'all care about. If somebody got money, you don't care if they suck their cousin penis to get it. You don't care if they bend over a table to get it. All y'all care about is if they got money. Y'all don't care about what type of man they is. Y'all don't care about nothing. Y'all don't care if they would even speak to you. Like, I can't even imagine being that intertwined into living vicariously through another human being. I don't like, it's almost like I'm on a time machine in today's time. Like, I'm just thinking about all this shit happening. Like, it's other black folk that be hitting me and they like, you ain't ran into Aiden yet. I'm like, did you run into, like you're black. Like, I remember I was explaining, it was like, Glasses, well, you know, it's all kind of other creators doing this and they disrespecting black women and sisters. And I'm like, why you didn't say nothing? Well, you know, I just feel like they on the internet entertaining. I'm like, would you let somebody say, you know, fuck your mama as entertainment? No, I'm just saying, so why would you let them say fuck your sister as entertainment? You think that's cool? Like, well, they on the internet. And I'm like, so why would you support them? Why would you watch their content? I don't get it. The fact, but imagine saying, I don't know Kanye personally. Why would I care about something? It don't affect my life personally. Maybe you're white. Like, being black is a togetherness. That's how it's taught. Like, it's not an individual thing. That's why we automatically label you a sellout when you do something that's against the interest of all. That's what being black is. We're saying you're selling out your blackness. I just don't get it, man. Like, I don't get how y'all got this, how y'all live your life without no integrity. Like, how? Like, you like, oh, that's like people that be like, well, when words don't mean nothing to me. Well, words mean something to everybody else. Words mean something to everybody that you respect. I don't know, man. I get it, man. Like, it just can't be like, I know we are in a fickle time in the economy. I get where the money is at. For money, man. ATR said, I'm black. You always try to group black people. We don't care about each other as a whole. We not family. No, you not family. You don't care about each other as a whole. And I think you are trying to apply that to the rest of obviously I care about black people as a whole. You don't care about, I don't know how you got raised like that. Like your mama or your father failed. Somewhere along the line, they failed. And I'm not trying to disrespect your parents, but they failed. If you don't see blackness as a whole, your parents failed you. Your community failed you. And now you're trying to bring it to me. And I'm like, that's like if you walking on your hands, brother. And somebody taught you to walk on your hands. And then you try to tell me I walk on my hands. Nobody's supposed to walk on their feet. Like, bro, what are you talking about? Of course it is a unit. Like, yes, I care about black people as a whole. Some people don't. Some people do. Me and Teeth, shout out to Teeth, we do see blackness a little different. So I watch some black people individualize blackness as if one thing is cool. And I'm like, bro, I don't believe in it like that. If we don't rise together, it's nothing to celebrate. If we empower one person that don't empower the floor of us, it's nothing to celebrate. Like LeBron just got added to that list. Like, Memphis is the soul of Black America. I mean, as one, maybe your parents did fail. Because I'm telling you, like, even right now, as I watch you in the chat, right? You know, LeBron hate. You just love him. Maybe you wish he was your father. But then your father would be a sellout talking about you should trade Memphis to Nashville. Like, maybe you find joy in that. That's how you like your black people. I'm not mad at that. You care about his ability to pass the ball so much. You don't care about what he thinks about blackness as a whole, especially poor blackness. I do think your parents fail. I do think your community fails sometimes, bro. And I think that's true. And then here is one nigga trying to like pour into you and you don't get it because you keep thinking this is some entertainment. This ain't me streaming, man. I could talk about all the same thing everybody else talked about. It's not we hate LeBron or we hate J. Cole. Holding people accountable for selfish behavior is not you hate them. You don't love them because you suck their penis. That's just a perverted sexual act. No, I meant it the way I said it. Because somehow he thinks if you have critique, then you have to hate people. That's not true. You just have their penis near your incisors. Like things are not working out. You have to remove the penis so you can actually critique them. It's okay. It don't mean you hate them. Obviously, I don't hate J. Cole. That's ridiculous. I'm just saying I don't like snake shit. If he does snake shit, I'm not going to be okay with it. How are you okay with it? Here's a better question. How are you okay with a rapper that you like doing some snake shit? How do you know what? Call in and tell me how. Of course I don't hate Drake. This is ridiculous. Why the fuck would I hate Drake? I hate Drake not willing to be accountable for entering in this battle and possibly affecting hip hop. I hate him for not being a man about his decisions. I hate him for trying to convince y'all that this got something to do with the record labels. I hate him lying. I don't hate him. Why the fuck would I hate him? This is ridiculous. Of course I don't fucking hate him. I hate y'all. I hate y'all that you can't hold the people accountable for actions because you feel like you don't like them if you hold them accountable. That's what I hate. Of course I don't hate J. Cole. Like, that's just a lazy ploy. He has been on songs with this nigga dissing somebody he says is his friend consistently over years. How are you okay with that as a fan of his? If you are black and you understand blackness in any degree, why would you be okay with, as a LeBron James fan, with him saying, let's take this team from Memphis to Nashville? And then it would be different if it was just a thought of cities and population. But to literally mention things that automatically associate with race, like hockey and NASCAR, that's why you want it in Nashville. That means it was on purpose. How are you okay with that? Like, how does your blackness, how do you remove your integrity to be like, well, I love LeBron, how he passes the ball so much that shit don't even matter to me? How are you not? We should be collectively saying to LeBron, hey, bro, that's wrong. You're not supposed to do that.
He leads the NBA in scoring all the time, man. How you gonna do that, man? What you mean?
I'm saying,
do that?
What's wrong with having critique for humans?
They got NASCAR.
You ain't one time heard me say I hate Cole. Never in my life. And trust me, the people I hate, I'll be honest.
Hate is a strong emotion, man.
I hate Michael Jordan.
That's a strong emotion you got for Michael Jordan, man.
But I hate Michael Jordan.
So something must have happened within your come up that made that strong emotion become a emotion that you express.
Sure, we could go through a million things, but it don't matter. I have no problem telling you who I hate. But I'm saying, of course I don't hate J. Cole. J. Cole is like not somebody like Drake. How could you hate J. Cole or Drake? They're not even strong personalities. They always on the fence about everything. Like J. Cole don't even want to come out and be like, hey, I'm wrong. I'm on this side. I've been with Drake, da.
So you can't hate a soft person, then, is what you're saying.
What the hell Tupac takes do you hate of mine, B-Lover? I don't have hateful Tupac takes. What the hell are you talking about? I do not hate J. Cole. Like, J. Cole did some snake shit, and I'm discovering it, and I'm sharing it with you. You're mad that I'm sharing it with you, and you have to contend with the person that you love doing some sucker shit. That ain't my fault. Glasses, you be so backhanded with the stuff you say, bro. You be like, I don't hate Drake. He's soft. Come on, that's hate. Why is that hate to say that Drake is soft?
It's kind of truthful though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you conflate that to hate? Call in, man. Call in. I feel like fucking arguing today, and I rarely ever feel like arguing. How
Oh
the hell
boy,
was that a backhanded compliment?
well, wasn't a compliment within it. It's an insult.
How is that hate? If something happened to Drake and I tell you what happened to him, how the fuck is that hate? I'm not even telling y'all the truth. I don't even want to use it. I'm saying if we're having a discussion on action and I'm like, here's what happened, how the fuck is that hate? Help me understand that. Y'all all swear to God, I dislike this person. Why? Tell me why. History shows that he's soft. Everybody understood he's soft. How is that disrespecting him? Is he hard?
Yeah. I mean,
when you hear it, you be like, man, that's one hard brother right there. He
put himself out there as being a soft rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like, even in his music. He got backhanded. It's not a backhanded compliment. He got backhanded. So, I mean, and didn't do nothing about it. So.
No, you can't say I got it. Don't do that now. You associate that with hate. Do you not want to contend with the fact that he's doing something that is not acceptable culturally? Do you not want to do that? Do you not? Calling a man soft is not disrespectful if you're soft. It's not. It's only soft if you're trying to present yourself as hard. I know people that pride themselves in soft. It's only soft if he's lying, trying to convince us that he's hard. Then he could be offended. What the fuck is wrong with saying that? And honestly, I rarely ever say Drake is soft unless we're talking about an action. Like this shit in the courtroom right now. That's soft. How is that wrong? You entered into a battle. Everybody told you don't get into the battle. You did it anyway. Somebody got the better. You made the better song. We laugh and joke at you about the song. You got mad because the label wouldn't take it down. And now you're dragging him through a lawsuit that kind of really impacts how they decide to sign and deal in label. How labels decide and deal in acts. Lack of accountability is soft. Listen. Again, like this can come off very misogynistic, so work with me, but I'm going to say it anyway, right? Women, we accept women's softness. We don't want to hold women accountable. That's the position. I remember a woman got mad at YouTube. She's like, Glasses, that's misogyny. I'm like, no. The truth is, right, is chivalry is saying, I don't want you to be accountable. That's what chivalry is. Chivalry is, you are, let's be honest, a woman is stronger than a man. If you measure strength and durability, a woman is stronger than a man. Is that fair to say, Trap? Because none of us could have a baby.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Now, we talking about lifting boxes and shit. No, it's different, right? Those are muscles.
You talk about pain threshold.
Strong, with strength is truly measured in durability. Women are stronger. None of us could get pregnant. None of us could have a kid. Women are stronger. So because they compromise their bodies, because they compromise their health, risk their life to bring in the next generation of humans, we actually present a place to where they don't actually become accountable for a lot of different things. Right? That's fair. Like, right, if we walking outside and it's cold, I'll take off I'm cold too, but I'll take off my jacket and put it on her. It's not because she's weaker. It's because she does more for humans. Is that fair, King? Does that make sense?
I'm listening.
Like, you know what I mean? A woman allowed you to carry your offspring into the world. She risked her life. All you did was bust a nut. That's it.
I didn't go into all that. Just a little girl wear my jacket when it was raining. I didn't think through all that stuff.
I know, but this is why you should be thinking.
A gentleman does that, you know.
This is why you should be thinking that.
You know.
This is why you should position them. This is why you do. This is why you are about this situation. You should put them in that position. because they do risk their life to keep the human race going. So here is spaces, and I get it, because lack of accountability don't mean you can't not pay your rent. You got to pay your rent, V. Marie. So that's what you're accountable for. But if you're with me and I'm feeding you, I'm taking accountability of the meal you buy, and I'm going to take accountability to make sure I feed you the food. I'm going to open the door for you. Your arms work. They fucking, you don't think a woman's strong enough to open the door, King, Trap? A woman is strong enough to open the fucking door, but I hold the door open because I am grateful for her contribution to the human race as a woman. Open the door.
Some people just raised that way to be.
But I'm telling you why. Here is the why. Not because somebody just told you. Here is the why chivalry is chivalry. This is a deeper look. It's a deeper thought. Women risk their life to keep the generation of humans going. So then that's why you so when you as a man start acting like a woman, that becomes the problem. Because nigga, you ain't keeping on the generation of human. You don't carry no babies. You don't do nothing. You don't do nothing. A man don't do none of that shit. You not that. You not that. You not that. So yes, I'm offended if somebody is saying that. That's not common courtesy. You don't, again, you got to stop arguing, man. Let somebody tell you. This ain't common. You don't open the door for no woman because no common courtesy. Now, if you hold the door open for a man, that's common courtesy. If you take a woman out on a date, you pay for her food, that ain't common courtesy. It's common courtesy if you pay for your homeboy bills. That's common courtesy. So you got this all wrong, bro. And I get it, because obviously, if you don't understand blackness as a collective, your parents failed you in that regard, or you rejected the information. Either way, they failed you in that regard. Your community failed you. So let me finish informing you why. This is why. This is why.
You got people scared to call in now?
No, I'm just saying,
so you want to
this
argue.
Is why.
So you want to argue, people scared to call in.
V. Marie, it's nothing wrong with seeing you as soft. Now y'all got the women don't even want to be soft. Now she thinks she got to be a warrior. This y'all fault. This is y'all fault. This is y'all fault. Now the women don't even want to be soft. This how far it got to where the women don't even want to be soft. This is how bad y'all done made. The modern man trap is a disappointment, bruh. Good afternoon.
What up, cuz?
What up? Hold on, meet you back, cuz. On me lit.
Hello?
I mean, let back. Good afternoon.
Hey, I'm calling in because
Who's calling?
This is L.
Hey, L.
On your chat, is L is that bitch. But King is wrong. You're not scaring people to call in. I will say that I appreciate what you're saying. I think that with women these days, it's almost like there is that perception, like if guys pay for, like I appreciate guys that want to pay for everything, because I had guys that want to do everything, but it's almost like you get that perception, like then you owe them something, and
wow.
But I feel sorry that that's what it means to you. That's my issue. Like, right? It's like,
no,
nobody, you don't owe
that.
anybody anything. That. Like, okay.
I appreciate that, but
this is gonna come across simpy, right? And I'm not good at simping, but I feel like it's so primitive in thought. Here's a primitive foundational idea. At one time, it used to be a woman would allow you to carry your lineage, right? She would allow you to impregnate her, and you would go through this 9 to 10 months of your life completely altered, right? To deliver him an offspring and continue his lineage. And that brought a different value. Like, people used to believe in family and big families as wealth. That's the history of the world. Recently, L, it has became about men looking at women like they were men. So here is the rhetoric of where you hear now men saying, you know, and I don't want to sound like them dudes that got too much dye in their beard. You know what I'm talking about? Them dudes. I'm for real, scientifically speaking, L. You know what I'm talking about? The dudes who got the dye in their beard trap. You know what I'm talking about? The dude who be
That ain't me.
he's feeding the women the grapes. You know, that dude. And no, L, for real. So it's like you would like the table, like what are you bringing to the table? Your lineage. Your ability to carry your DNA information forward. That's what you are bringing to the table. Does that make sense?
But no, this is what I'm saying. Like I did all that. I work a full-time job. I cook and clean, and I'm taking care of the next generation. Working from home, so I get it. But what I'm saying is, I think when all that Rosie with the headband and the women going to work while the men was at war, that shit changed everything. And it was like, oh, bitch, you can work too? Yeah, guys, contribute. But we never stopped doing what we were doing at home. And I think it was at a point where women was like, I don't want to keep doing stuff at home and then ask my man for an allowance because we had then that power of like making our own money because you could do it. But at the end of the day, it's, I don't know, maybe it's in us inherently at birth that we need to take care of our family, that we then took everything on. We got a job, but we still cooked, we still cleaned, we still took care of the family. And then, you know, some fuck motherfuckers would still go get shit on the side. And it's like, do you not know what you got here?
But okay, so okay. I'm starting to sound like them dudes on Instagram. Okay.
It's okay.
Really, when a husband brings home his money, it's not an allowance. Y'all really supposed to, that's y'all money that he's bringing home.
If you don't work.
But I'm saying that's y'all money that he's bringing home, right? Here is y'all money, right? That he's bringing home.
If you have access to it.
But that's where the dilemma starts.
There's some Instagram bitches that like hook up with rich guys. They don't have access to their money.
Well, because they didn't build. That's because they didn't build with the guy, right? Listen, because
that's just because they don't have access to the money. So,
but I'm saying access because, okay, again, man, like we're in a really weird space to have this conversation. But again, it's like here's a fundamental thing. Everybody like a board mission. It's deeper, right? It's like it's nothing wrong with being soft, right? Being soft don't mean you can't fight a battle. Being soft doesn't mean any of that, right? That was the luxury allowed to women for their sacrifices for humanity. Does that make sense now?
I don't know, because it's almost like originally it was like the hunters and the gatherers, like the men hunted the food, the women prepared it to take care of their family, and then as you progress, the men were out there making the money and the women were managing the household, and then it got to a point where the women had to go out there too, but the guys were still doing whatever the fuck they wanted to do. And then we had to then juggle a new position.
Yeah, but I think that's when somebody is doing it wrong. How about that?
No, I agree. No, I agree. Like I love my father for like doing it right, and he would give my mom the paycheck, and she would manage the household.
Yeah,
but I know that that's not how everybody does it.
Well, I think that's where, you know, where, yeah, I think that's where. I'm gonna get with you. Let me take some more calls. Let me take some more calls.
Right, go ahead.
Good afternoon.
What's happening? It's Destiny. What's up with you?
What's going on?
What's up, King? What's up? What's up, Trap and the Raptors?
She said,
Hey,
what up,
hey,
Destiny?
what's happening? I hope y'all day been well. I'm been all right.
I hope it
I
get
like
better.
the combo.
I hope it get better.
I didn't say all right like that.
Okay. Well, I don't know. You didn't say it was good.
It's just still going. So it's good. It's great. I'm
Okay, that's
living.
better.
I'm breathing.
What up, Destiny?
I'm breathing. So I think this is a long convo in our community that should have already happened. So now it's kind of getting weird and sticky. Like the point of how our culture was based on keeping the family unit alive, and then we adapted this kind of Greco-Roman culture, which I feel goes into like how you're saying like men are idolizing men. That's the culture that was even fed to us like on Disney Channel and all this fantasy thing. These fantasy things became like things that we're reaching in our real life now. Even like saying, not to put a light on the last caller, but the terms of like the men were doing this and the women were doing this, but your whole idea is like if a man is bringing the money home and you're making the home run, it's like an ecosystem that thrives together. It's symbiotic. It's not that I have to have access to it. And if I built with this man and I've showed this man the care and the nurture and the love that I was supposed to do as a woman, at some point this man, like I see these broken things that people are reaching for because they're not in good faith. So it's like our people are a little bit confused because I think we're living in like halfway of fantasy land. I keep going back to the Wizard of Oz, the Wiz specifically. We're in this, and there was an episode on Marvels or whatever where they turned the Dreamweaver off. And everybody was like, "No, turn it back on," because the Dreamweaver made them feel strong and big, and they was fighting in a Coliseum and stuff. Yeah, like they was obsessed with it, and it made them feel like bigger than what they were, and it made them forget what was really going on. And I think that's what's happening with our people. Like they turned the Matrix on us, they pumped it up, and they gassed it to where something got maybe hijacked. I don't even know, but I feel like that's what's going on with our people. They want us to turn the Dreamweaver back on to make it go back to when things we didn't have to think about things or figure things out.
Yeah.
I agree. That's what I hear.
All right, Destiny, much love. Thanks for calling in.
Yep.
Good afternoon.
Yo, how are you?
I'm holding it together. What's happening?
This is El Janelle.
El Janelle, what's going on now?
I thought that was El before at first.
I know, that's why I said let me call in and add the Janelle to it.
Hey, Crap.
What up, Al? What up, Al?
All right, so I'm trying to understand the conversation. I think what's going on is you trying to explain why women are allowed to be soft and don't have to be held accountable so that you can say why men need to be held accountable. And now we got into keeping people's checks.
Yes, that's what happened. Again, this started because obviously there's always the people that are at the lunch table and they're complaining because their favorite people in their world are above critique. And nobody in my world is above critique. Does that make sense?
That's very reasonable. Why? What makes you think they think they're above critique?
Because I
just want to validate where you're getting that from.
Okay, because if somebody says for LeBron James to say what he said, right, which is he's on a golf course with a bunch of white men complaining about the stature of Memphis, knowing that it is a black city, instead of looking at it for the business opportunities, he starts to clown Memphis. And he was saying to a bunch of white men that they should take it to Nashville. And then he started to make racial innuendos, right? Which was, don't they got a hockey team and a NASCAR? Like where you knew that he looked at Nashville as a white town. So then he could see the separate. So immediately in the stream earlier this week, I'm like, man, that was like the most sellout thing in the world to say. Like, why would you say that as black success? Simple. But obviously, you have people that pray to the church of, they go to the church of LeBron. And so then it's like, I'm actually having critique for their savior. So then it becomes like Glass is just hating LeBron. And it's like,
wait, did somebody make an argument that LeBron was not wrong to do that?
There's a good amount of people that made that argument that LeBron is not wrong. And then even earlier, a guy that comes to the lunch table all the time was sitting here. He was like, man, Glasses, we don't see blackness as a group. We don't care about, it's like your parents failed you. So that's one thing. And the second thing which pushed us here was we were talking about Drake. They was like, well, Glasses hates Drake and J. Cole. And I'm like, why do I hate Drake and J. Cole? Right? And I'm like, because I said J. Cole.
I think they're confused by you pointing out. Like, I guess I see why you say that, because like every time you point out something that somebody does wrong, the internet age thinks that you only say that if you hate the person.
Yes.
But the way I grew up, and I think the way you grew up, is the love is in the critique.
Yes.
Like, if I don't give a fuck about you, I'm just gonna let you crash out and do whatever the fuck you die.
Right.
We don't really care. But if I care about you, it's like I'm gonna pull your collar, I'm gonna pull you up and be like, hey, you ain't supposed to be doing that. This is wrong, that is wrong, this is wrong, that is wrong.
And to me, so I get why they feel that way, but it's just odd when that is the rhetoric consistently. And I'm like, bro, like, why would I like, me and you've had this conversation because I know you fuck with Cole. You've talked to me in private. It's obvious there's like, I don't have a disdain for Cole. Like, he's never did nothing crazy to me. You know what I mean? Like, he's always been a cool dude. I think he's good for the business. I think he's good for culture. It's no problem. It's just when I'm pointing out things that I don't like. Like, if you are saying you're a friend of a friend, why would that be what you're doing? Why would that?
Yeah, I think that's a very valid critique. Even though I've upgraded my opinion on Cole, I think he might be slow. That's my latest opinion. I think he might be slow.
That's crazy.
When he said to Dale,
did you hear it, Trap?
No, he said he was Dale Curry. He said he felt like Dale Curry. No, he's slow. That's what it is.
He said he felt like Dale Curry watching the championship between Steph and what's the brother name? Steph. Watching them play the championship.
Hell. He's slow, bro. Because I don't think that he meant to say these is my sons. I think he just don't have.
That was just crazy. Why would you say these two grown ass men is your son? Who the fuck? And that's what I'm saying.
Boom, boom, boom.
And it's crazy, L. I swear to God, I didn't say nothing about that. And then HDR like, now we slow. Here we go. Why would you say these two grown ass men are your son?
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah, because I want to be clear. I don't think he was trying to say that.
No, you know what he was saying. You know what he was saying.
Daddy. No, I don't think so. I think he don't even have the connection to know that when we hear that, we're gonna say, "Oh, so them niggas is your son." I think he don't have that connection.
You know what he was saying.
That's slow to me. He's street slow. You know how some people are street smart?
That's what I'm saying.
He's blessed.
Street slow.
Which makes you slow in hip hop.
He's a yellow light. He's a yellow light.
Like, why the fuck would you call these two dudes your son? And then so now what happens is, right? It's obvious he referenced them as his sons, right?
You know what he was saying.
I'm Dale Curry watching. That's the point, right? And then you have people arguing like, well, that's not what he meant. That's not what he meant.
Dale Curry would have already had a successful career when he was watching his sons. Like, as a rapper, you're supposed to be able to follow all of the innuendos and the words that you're using.
Not when you freestyling at times, though. He was freestyling.
No, hell no. He doing this press run. I know he done thought about these words 3 million times. He really thought about that, like that made sense. And I don't think he was trying to say they was his sons. I think he's street slow. But I don't think that means a person hates J. Cole. I mean, he's a great rapper. He's a black
all of these
man,
things exist in facts. Like, I have said ample times how great of an MC J. Cole is. I've called him an underrated act. I've talked about him being a Hall of Famer, first ballot. I compared him to the greatest power forward in basketball. All compliments. But if I say, hey, that's some snake ass shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, you keep being on the
problem.
song with this man shooting at this man in his car. That's some snake ass. Big Glasses And they instead of them just having to contend, right, with being a fan of somebody and saying this damn the person I like is doing that, it's crazy.
Yeah, I think that's an easier path for people, and I guess that's how it connects back to what you said about male accountability. And some women too. I don't want to act like some. I know you think women don't have to be accountable, but I see this kind of sleight of hand with women sometimes too, where it's like instead of me saying yes, this is wrong, instead I'll say no, this ain't wrong. You wrong for calling it out, and that stops you from having to correct your behavior.
Yes. And that's where we
at.
But
That's a terrible path. That's a terrible path forward, because all you do is you learn how to convince yourself that you're right when you're wrong, and then you get wronger.
Even wrong.
So it's I know I don't think that was proper English, but fuck it, it's a lunch table.
I like it though.
You get wronger and wronger.
Yeah.
Yes. So it to be honest, your real strength, that's kind of what makes you soft. Your real strength comes from being able to say, damn, I thought that made sense, but it didn't. Let me learn and get better.
But that's my point. And that's my point in the concept, right? That's my point in the concept. It's like we expect men to understand and say, I was wrong. So then when we don't see men doing that, because we create the space for women because of their contributions and sacrifices for humanity, naturally, forget all the BS, for real, the real kind, right? Like risking their life to bring the next generation of humans on the planet, right? Which is what living is all about, right? It's like you let women, you understand that about women. It's a little bit tougher. And you kind of be like, yeah, I ain't finna get in the middle of that, right? But when a man does it, it automatically is like a red flag. Like, what are you doing? Why do you? That's how I feel watching this dude in the courtroom. Like, what are you doing? Like, you know better. You are a man, bro. Why are you not being accountable for your actions? The most masculine thing that man could have did was said, you got me. All right. Yep. Cool. I'm finna get back to business. I'm gonna build this thing back up. Like what Jay-Z did after the Nas battle. That is what we define in masculinity. So when he's doing it, that's why we'll say something like, oh, you acting like a hoe. You acting like ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I think that's valid. And that does make sense. And I also think a lot of times you get the pushback because people are so used to people being on some clout chasing internet shit that I think sometimes they can't tell the difference. And that's sad. But I think sometimes they can't tell the difference between you and other people who are actually clout chasing. So they just, they got an itchy trigger finger where they like, oh, you hating. Like, no, I'm not no fuck ass nigga trying to get likes. I'm trying to give you some game.
That's it.
So that's why these niggas ain't got no game.
Man, if I wasn't here to do this, then I wouldn't be here. Like, do you know, like, I could talk about gangbanging like way better than everybody on the internet.
Of course.
Like, it'd be easy. Like, I could do what Adam does. I could do what all of these people do. I could do what they do. Easy. I can get the gangbang, I can get whoever. Like I spend my time trying to figure out ways to better the culture and make men kind of stand on their square. Like, to me, that's what I'm pressing Drake about. Like, even the non-hip-hop thing, it was always rooted in, I don't want street urban culture to lose its artistic expression like jazz lost is, like rock lost, like we don't have these. They're no longer available to the original people that created it because everybody just wanted to make it nothing. That was the beginning of the conversation. It was always like, yeah man,
it was so
I
diluted
what happened to rock
down
and roll.
that anybody could come.
Yes, right, because it starts with a Drake and then you get Jack Harlow. And now it got so bad, Jack Harlow feel like he could be D'Angelo. And it's like, okay, bro, you don't even have the talent. Like, Hall & Oates didn't have to act like nobody else. They's Hall & Oates. So when you're doing things to that aren't natural, like Hall & Oates didn't have to wear no outfit. They just was Hall & Oates. You know what I mean? When you got it, you got it. So you could watch people play in your face. So my initial discussion with Drake, it wasn't about me putting down his talent or none of that. When we first had this conversation in 2019, then in 2021, 22, 23, it was never about what I thought of him as a person or what I thought of him as a talent. It was about classifying him as an act. So we didn't end up where we at with Jack Harlow. Well, we didn't end up where black music is at with rock and roll, or where black music is at with jazz. Like that was the goal. Like, okay, I can understand how they could see somebody that's not about the culture. I was telling P from the Bay Area yesterday, I'm like, it's important to protect this so street urban culture has its outlet as long as possible. If we allow somebody not of said culture or not of any understanding because they are versed in the craft, then immediately business makes sense to put a face that looks like the mass of the population that has economy. And then they'll put that person there, and then it's rock and roll, L. It goes right to rock
it's
and
slippery
roll.
slope from there.
That's just good
Yeah,
business. It's good business.
But I'm sure you able to understand why, because it's not like you caught it before that happened. You in the middle of it, trying to push niggas back. Like it kind of remind me of, you ever been to a show and they start letting too many people on stage?
Yes.
And then the stage gets so crowded, and then once you start being like, hey, y'all need to get off the stage, everybody looking around like, who? Not
Exactly.
me.
Like,
Don't
none
tell
of
me.
y'all
I'm
is
supposed to be on the stage.
rapping.
Like, no. All y'all,
Yeah, none of y'all
need to
is
get off the
rapping. None of
stage.
y'all is this. And that's what happens to rock and roll with me. That's what happened to rock and roll. Rock and roll had Drake represent a Passover artist for. This is how they able to start maneuvering the Jack Harlows and different people to become great business for them. And it's to the point where they like, damn, they knew the jig was up.
They like, so that's why they feel like, it's hate. They like, damn, man, we getting money, we doing our thing. Because to them, I mean, I know you don't really always like to see it from the other side, but because we don't want to validate it. But to them, they feel like they've done some amazing feat. I'm not even from the culture, but I'm still in here where a lot of people from the culture would kill to be.
They're obvious and honest about it, and then the people is mad. But like I was explaining this to P yesterday, he felt some camaraderie. I said, give me something. And like, if you know me personally, I have honest conversations. I've defended my thought and position because it's not personal. It's not like I don't want greatness for this dude. Like I was there when he first started, of course. You always want the greatest things to happen with the people you've came across. But I don't want to lose.
And Drake is fire. We're not about to act like that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like
I'm explaining to him. I said, there is no niche take about what he does. He's a pop artist. Songs like Successful is like, I want to be a billionaire so freaking bad. Same song. I want to be a rock star by Nickelback. They're all pop songs. Like, it's what made him dynamic and great. He was a pop rap act sometimes. And it's like, what's wrong with that? But then what happens is you get a bunch of people falsely identifying in general hip hop terms. Like, so they feel like it's hip hop. And I'm like, no, it's just rap. It's like, I explained this to P. I'm like, that's the same song. Successful is the same song as I Want to Be a Billionaire. It's the same fucking song.
You're doing
He's
a
just
great
rapping.
thing.
But what happens is hip hop made rapping so cool that now they like, and this is what I wanted to tell P yesterday. Your fight is not with what I'm saying. Your fight is with the concept of being cool. And then you realize that poor people made something cool. And then so it's like, well, I want to be cool too. You could just be yourself. You can just be yourself.
Being themselves ain't cool enough. Being themselves ain't cool enough. That's what happens. So yeah,
cool to who?
They want to be cool to the same people that being hip hop is cool to.
Then
they want that.
Hang out. Then come see why. Like, this has always been my point. What good is having money as a wealthy black man if you don't pour into the floor of blackness? Like, what difference does it make?
I think it's no good. Yeah, I think it's no good. I would hate to be just a rich nigga walking around.
And you just a rich nigga, and then you just do something for other black celebrities. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
Like, how is that not your, like, why is not lifting the floor?
Well, I think sometimes people forget, because, like, when you were, like, when I was on the floor, I remember sometimes the person turning around and that should be feeling like Christmas. When a person turn around and be like, actually, we didn't forget about y'all. Here y'all go. So maybe people forget being there, because it's like, when you're there, you're supposed to develop this feeling of, it's like, ooh, I can't wait to be able to do this same thing. You know what I mean? Later on, that should be like Christmas. So I think maybe they forget. People have trauma around being on the floor, and they try to block that shit out of their mind and try to imagine that they're somebody different. The internet has allowed everybody to costume themselves. That's the problem.
And this is what make it worse, L, before I jump off and get back to it. Right?
All right.
White people get it. when I explain the premise of my discussion or my particular this theory, they get it. They like, oh yeah, you're right. I didn't really trip off what happened to white with rock and roll or jazz. They get it. It's always that nigga that's in the middle that he doesn't quite really believe in the street urban cultural prowess, but he's not white. That feels like that's their representation. I'm like, no, that's J. Cole for you. Actually, I'm still more relatable than that. Like, still Jay-Z is more relatable than that. Like, and I'm explaining this to P. Yes, I'm like, dude, don't really have, even if you see hip hop as street urban culture, fine. He doesn't really have that understanding. If you see it as black culture, he doesn't have that understanding. He doesn't, that's not his understanding. So it's just weird because you're trying to make sure it doesn't become rock and roll. That's the only fight, L. We can't let hip hop become rock and roll. There's no way, L, me and you should be in our 60s. Me, you, and Trap should be in our 60s, and King be in his damn 70s, and we looking at hip hop like, what the fuck is this? Like, imagine how if you are a black person that got into rock and roll in the 40s and the early 50s, and then you seen rock and roll in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah. You
think about
like,
that.
What the fuck?
Oh, no, it's way different right now.
That could have been hip hop. If we don't stand up and start presenting a discussion, hip hop could have been rock and roll. And it was already going. Like, even right now from these conversations, what Jack Harlow just tried to do did not work out. And I genuinely believe sheerly because of our voices, L. Sheerly because of our voices. Because if this happened 6 years ago, it works. That's how lost the culture had gotten. The culture had got so lost to where that would have worked 6 years ago.
That's a fact. Well, I'm glad. You keep doing your thing.
My dog, I'm
gonna get off here so you keep talking to everybody else. Yep, all right, cool. Yep. Bye.
You get what I'm saying, Trap? Like, or do you think I'm full of shit? Like, for real?
No, I hear what you're saying. No, I understand as far to the point where when it came to hip hop, we were stand how strong we are because we never let somebody infiltrate the culture. You know what I'm saying? And do some shit like I did with jazz and blues and rock and roll and stuff like that.
And for years, Trap, it wasn't.
Yeah.
But they found the perfect type of person. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, he had his own abilities. He was a talent in itself. But it's like that became the Passover artist.
Do you think that was his main goal when he first started though? Or they seen it, or we could do it with him. We found a person to infiltrate the shit with. We could do it with him. Let's do it with him.
I think Jazz, Jay, Stunner, they saw a different look at what was going to be pop rap.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they saw something really unique at this place called pop rap. It was like something that hadn't really ever really been defined. It wasn't this big thing because hip hop was so urban and cultural. You know what I mean? It was so straight inner city and, and straight, even when it went to the South, it was like still the urban play, Memphis, Atlanta. You know what I mean? It was like, it was still that. And I think when they saw Drake, they was like, oh, here's a really good thing because this is a really good pop rapper.
This is something that's going to be easy for them the others to digest.
Anybody, right? And here's somebody they can relate to. He's a Jewish kid that was on TV, right? All of the above. Like it was great business. And that's why I said when you look at Wayne, say to him, like, man, you don't got to do this. Do what you're doing. Because everybody knew what it was. And it was good. It was great when it came out. When he found his lane, because I think initially he was trying to figure out how to get in the business. He did the whole Jay Dilla tape. He's like, maybe I can get in through the backpack. That's how Kanye did it. It didn't work. He's like, maybe I can get in with the R&B, right? With the stuff with Trey Songz, and that didn't work. So then he found this really dope connection of pop rap where he would make these songs that he would rap in his very familiar style and flow and have certain drums that was like that hip hop popularized, and he would make these great songs. It was great business, and he was a fucking talent. And even when he first came, I remember just looking like, how is this gonna work? And then I heard it, and I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna kill. This nigga is insane. Like he is brilliant as a record maker. Like he was brilliant. And that shit was solid. I was like, damn, this is cool. And it popped. And they got Nicki off same big records, right?
Yeah.
It was like, damn, this is brilliant. Like they had created a pop rap lane. Cash Money, Young Money created a pop rap lane. Right here is what pop rock became. Here's pop rap. And it was great. It was no problem. It was, don't get me wrong, you did have the culture and people saying things. That's fair. Culture was like, maybe a little soft. He'd be, yeah, you know, that's cool though, because you always take that critique because you're the first in on something that hip hop, that the culture popularized, and you're doing what they're doing, rapping. But that was cool because it was still big and everybody still enjoyed it. It was still dope. What happened was when I believe it's a combination of when the writers got involved crazy, start choosing different writers that come from the culture, right? And then, right after coming from the culture, he also Trap, right? After that, he decided that he was going to rebrand himself. And I think after the Meek Mill, like Started From the Bottom is the first song I remember. I'm like, like, this is a good pop song, but you know, hearing it in rap made it different. Like, what bottom did you start from?
Yeah, there was no authenticity within it like that. It was like, exactly, what bottom did you start from? What bottom is that right
It was
there?
a jamming song. It was like, it's still a good song, though. Yeah, started from the bottom. Now I was like, man, I felt like it. Damn, I started from the bottom. Hey, you know, but I'm thinking to myself, like, that was an odd song for him. It's like, you know, imagine like, yeah,
that was definitely wrote by somebody right there.
But it was a good song, right? I was like, man, this song is, man, he got us pegged, Trap. Because at first, Successfuls could be for everybody. Best I Ever Had could be for everybody. Forever could be for everybody. Best I Ever Had got very specific to an idea. It started from the bottom.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
I'm like, man, started from the bottom, now the whole team fucking here. You cussing this shit down. Hey, this all right. But I'm like, And then it just started getting more culturally. And then I looked up and then I'm learning at the same time. And by the time I come out of it, I'm like, oh shit. Here's that moment in rock and roll where it was somebody that really is not necessarily close or related to the lyrics, right? It's like of what they're talking about. Like, then it started being Hit Your Block Up, and then it started just being tough. It be Money in the Grave, and it started being, I'm like, wait a minute, this shit is crazy. And I still was tripping, right? I still wasn't tripping. And there go HCOs. Everybody bottom's not saying, nigga, it's one bottom. Stop doing that. The bottom ain't if you start, the bottom is the bottom in rap. It's one bottom in rap. Y'all gotta stop doing that.
What they say? What somebody said? Somebody said everybody bottom ain't the same.
Yeah, I hate when they start, because my bottom, I started off, my dad gave me the company, but he made me prove myself. That ain't the bottom.
Started around mid. They say
that is
mid.
Not the bottom. Started from, you know what I mean? But
started right near the top.
It was such a great record. I was like, man, I fuck with this record, man. This record is cool, bro. This motherfucker. Damn, man, that motherfucker nice. Jamming. This motherfucker jamming. This is a good record. I'm like, damn, this nigga. And that's how I knew he didn't write it, because I'm like, nigga, you ain't started from no fucking bottom. But it was good. Shout out to L to them. Started in the middle, now that's what
started in the middle, now we're here. Started near the top, now we there.
Started from the middle, now we here.
No, started near the top, now we there.
Started from the middle, now we here.
Started from the middle, now we here.
Whole middle, now the whole team. That, you know what I mean? Like when you're talking to us. So again, I noticed it. And that's how in 2019 a conversation happened. It was like, oh, hell no. Like, oh, I see what happened. I knew what happened. I was like, oh, okay. I see what's going on, right? Now, I didn't relate it, but I was like, so by the time I was like, oh, this is a Passover artist. Like I started learning rock's history, right? I started learning rock history, how black people had rock, how they started it. I knew already that the Isleys got told to not do rock because rock, not black money. Money wasn't going into black rock no more. They should move to R&B. Shout out to the Isleys. Different people where they pretty much stopped financing black rock. And they would only finance white rock, not just with intentions of, the intentions of stealing the genre, but if you can get white people involved, it's like when you write a movie. If you could tell the story from a white perspective, white people are interested because they want to see themselves. It's hard to get a black movie. Sinners is one of the best movies I've seen in a very long time. It was hard. It took too long for white people to get involved. Even then, they would have to see themselves as the villain. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I get why white dollars invest in white rock. It's like, you don't even got to be talented and I can sell. Right? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you don't even have to be talented and it's like white, like, it's good business. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, damn, I was like, oh, Drake is the Passover artist. And I remember telling Head, I'm like, they finna come out with a white rapper that's gonna be popping crazy. He like, why? I'm like, because this is a Passover artist in rock and roll. He's the way to hand it to somebody. And once he passed, they were able to say, oh yeah, we got him now. And here come Frank, here come the Colonel. Here come Jack Harlow. Here come the Colonel. The Colonel come in and the sisters love the Colonel. The sisters love the Colonel. They like, man, you know what? He cool for a white boy. He's smooth. He got some dope lyrics. First class, some good records. And it's popping. I remember Head was like, man, that motherfucker hip hop. I'm like, Head, that nigga ain't hip hop. That nigga is not hip hop. That is not hip hop. Nah. And there was another one. I was like, huh. And it was like, Eminem is from street urban culture. That motherfucker from Detroit, Trailer Park. He from Detroit, the ghetto. Once you take it to somewhere else, Jack Harlow raised on a farm. He's not from no street urban culture. He's not from the urban community at all. But that don't mean he's not crafted. He's a great craft. Like, he know how to craft his record. The nigga is sharp as a writer. He's sharp as a writer. That Jack Harlow is tough, like Drake. They tough as writers. They have studied this shit enough. They get right to it. But that don't mean you the culture. So the point I'm making, Trap, as all of this stuff start happening, I'm starting to catch what's going on. I'm like, oh, I need to start speaking. And I told Justin Hunt, the company man, I said, hey, I'm not gonna let what happened. As long as I got healthy breath in my lungs, I'm not gonna let what happened. Because at that time, that rock and roll shit, I studied it and it was fresh on my heart too. I'm like, whatever happened to rock and roll, I'm not gonna let them take this from street urban culture. I'm not going to let them take hip hop like they took rock and roll, like they took jazz. And I told Jay that shit about 6 years ago. I said, Jay, I'm not finna let them take it like they took this other shit. You remember that, King?
No, I don't.
When I learned this and I was like, yo, I'm finna stand up for this shit. I'm finna speak up for this shit.
I remember you learning all the stuff.
Yeah. So I call Justin Hunt right now. Justin, shout out to the company. Let me call the company, man. Let me tell y'all. Hold on. Let me call the company, man. We gonna the lunch hour gonna make a call today. Lunch hour gonna make a call. We ain't gonna just accept call. We gonna call somebody today. Well, I go bro like Jock. Forward that dog like Vic. Not that rock, that pit. Palm me down on my sock. Can't hold my Glock. Reason I don't really like that shit. Young turn nigga ain't wipe no. Excuse my friends don't like no. Let me, because y'all think I'll be playing. I know y'all thinking this just content. This ain't no content. Them dudes make.
They had that other clip that came out the other day though too. Somebody, I don't know if you sent it to me. I found it. It came across my timeline. Somebody owed Glass and Malone an apology because he said this shit right here way before the battle. This was 2 years before the battle.
Even make it about the battle is crazy. I'm like, bro, I don't care, but like, as long as my boy handled his business, win, lose, or draw.
You might not even recognize the number.
I know Justin, like, who the hell is this calling me?
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Anyway, so maybe a call back. But yeah, I told the company, man, this in 2020, 21. I said, you know what? I'm gonna make sure that they don't. I'm gonna bring enough power to my voice to make sure that they don't steal this the way they steal. Like I won't be like sitting here being okay with them taking this like they took hip hop from us, like they took, excuse me, jazz from us and rock and roll. Like I'm gonna speak up against it, and then everything else manifested for it. You know what I mean? And I think that's what people don't get, because in their mind, they feel like this is about one specific person, because they like, oh, okay. They feel like it's one specific person, where it's like you don't like somebody. You know what I mean? And it's like, nah, bro, I'm just not letting them take this like they took rock and roll. That I remember I told you that, chat before. I said, man, I'm not gonna let them do this like they did rock and roll, because they can. And it was happening. And the response, even now, like I see people sharing this little thing on Twitter where they're like, oh, it's been no hip-hop songs and since then, and people tagging me. And I'm like, bro, the Billboard never made hip-hop. I don't know where
Not at all.
did Audio 2
Audio 2, top
I don't know
billing.
where they charted. I
Top
don't know where
billing,
Top
top
Billing
billing.
charted. I don't know where South Bronx charted. I don't know where The Bridge charted. I don't know where these things charted.
I had a whole list. I had a whole list of songs, like culture relevant songs that was like really classic songs that never probably even broke into like the top 100, and it's
Bada
still like,
Bada didn't chart.
yeah.
Who can like?
Let alone.
And so I get it. A lot of y'all came here through Billboard. A lot of, because Billboard really just tracks plays. So a lot of y'all got introduced to hip hop through the radio. That ain't how you really get introduced to hip hop.
See what else said?
No, what's that?
Said company man said he'll call back in 15 minutes.
Damn.
She must have called him and told him.
Like you get what I'm saying? Like hip hop is outside. You know what I mean? I get it. You might have heard a song, a record, but that ain't it. So a lot of y'all are bothered when it's not on the charts. That's bothering y'all when it's not on the charts. Oh my God, it's not on the charts. It's not on the chart. I don't care.
All that. It's not even just the charts. It's the chart. It's the numbers too. Like worrying about numbers and shit going number one for the week. It's like those type of shits is like those are type of thoughts that record exec's supposed to have, not the fans of music though. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to be a fan of music because of what it charted or how many albums something sold. No, you're supposed to be a fan of music of the impact that it has on you. You know what I'm saying? Of how you rock out with it like that.
And again, in a very odd way, it's not about numbers. Like it's for numbers for Tupac, because Tupac's an artist.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to the homie who just said that Tupac said numbers matter. To Tupac.
Yeah.
Not to the rest of us, because I don't make a dime off Tupac shit. I don't know how many albums The Fix sold, Untouchable sold, Diary sold, Made sold, Emeritus sold. I don't fucking know how many. The only reason I know what Jay-Z album sold because he kept telling me. I had never in my life went and looked up no chart to see how many fucking albums Reasonable Doubt sold, or no Volume 1, or no Volume 2, or no Blueprint. I didn't know how many albums, feel me, 2001. So that we didn't care. That's Dr. Dre business. That's Suge Knight's business. Now I get it. Y'all modern fans argue that as if you have some kind of passageway to success because your favorite artist is successful. And to be honest, I do a lot of times feel like I have to do that for the people that support me. I have to go and make certain successes so you could brag to your friends. But I never in my life growing up bragged about what no artist sold in the situation of who I like.
Nah.
I don't know how many albums the Diary sold. I don't know. It was just the best thing I heard. It represented my life. So I get why Tupac says sales and numbers matter, because that's how Tupac made a living. Why the fuck do Tupac sales and numbers matter to you? You not making no living off Tupac sales and numbers. You're not making a living off what Tupac. So if Tupac went diamond, it ain't none of your fucking business because you don't get 1 red cent. You just one of the niggas that bought the 10 million people that bought the album. So yes, Tupac can say sales and numbers matter. People that's selling and doing that's their business, that's their point. What the fuck do that got to do with you? All they do is sell you success to make you be involved. And all it shows how cheap you is and how much of a sucker you is because you just want to align yourself with success. I saw somebody talking about the Kanye concert. It was like, Glass, man, it did this, but who the fuck cares? Did you like the concert? Like, tell me about the Globe or tell me why you didn't listen to it. Why you didn't listen to it. Like, that's it. Tell me, like, I saw it, I was like, man, that's dope. Why are you telling me how many it sold? Because they trying to sell you trap on success. You want to be down with this successful thing. You missing out. Man, I don't give a fuck what it sold. T.I. right now, his song is the first song that's certified gold out of all records.
2026, right?
Right now, 2026. The first song that was released in 2026, T.I., let them know, is the first record to go gold.
Wow.
That means it wasn't on the Billboard charts. It didn't chop a chart in the top 40, but that motherfucker gold.
Yeah, that shit was moving. People was feeling that.
That shit gold.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is gold. All the country records that came out this year, all the rap records, all the pop records, all the shit that came out, the first record certed gold.
Oh, not even just hip hop, just all genres?
Out of all records.
Wow.
Out of all records. Again, like, what does that mean? Do you like the song?
That song was fire.
That's it.
That song was fire.
But the fact that I have to say that to somebody and they like tag me like, bro, why the fuck are you telling me? I'm trying to figure out how to do my business. Like, y'all not even in the business, y'all arguing numbers. Niggas in the business don't even argue numbers. Y'all been sitting y'all ass at home on your couch getting your hair cut by your barber, getting faded, arguing numbers. Niggas in the business, you think I've been with Dre and Snoop a million times. Them niggas ain't arguing numbers. And then niggas sold this. When they talk about their favorite artists, I ain't never heard them dudes bring up no numbers. I ain't never heard Snoop tell me how many records Rakim sold, or Ed sold, or Chris sold, or Ice-T sold. Never. Who the fuck cares? When you a fan of something, you a fan of something. So I totally understand that they done whooped y'all, and you have to attach yourself to success because you ain't successful in real life. So you so busy trying to attach yourself to success. You KDB listen. Shout out to KD. KDB listen to some crazy artists. I'll be like, because KD don't need to identify in success. He is successful. So he can play whatever song that he think is jamming that he like. But a lot of y'all so busy trying to identify, my favorite artist, Drake sold this. What they got to do with you? Do you like the motherfucker? You heard it? Did you? Why are we talking about what it sold? So again, I'm not saying don't talk about sales. I'm just saying you look crazy talking about sales if you ain't in the business. You ain't making a dime. It's like when y'all start talking about who a billionaire. They ain't giving you $1. At least Dr. Dre done gave me some fucking money. He ain't gave y'all $1. Y'all talking about how much money he got. Why? Stop living vicariously through these people, man. Go out here and make your own life. Stop living vicariously through these people. Stop thinking every time somebody critiques somebody you like, they hating. Listen to the critique.
We got super chats.
Jay, what up? Jay, what up? Can you hear me? Hold on. Can you hear me, Jay?
I can hear you. Yep.
Okay, look, me and Trap, we on a lunch hour.
What's good?
That's company man, my man Justin. Jay.
What up, Trap? Trap Raster, what's going on, man?
What's going on, man?
Howard?
Okay, do you remember what I told you, how I felt about the culture and what I was going to do with my voice?
You said you're going to bend the culture to your will.
Every single time.
Yeah. Me too. That was inspirational. I need to hear ideas like that. And that's what you've been doing.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
My man Jay, I'm going to call you when I finish. That was back then. No,
That's
Rio.
dope.
The point. Gangster rap is a subgenre of hip hop. So Drake is hip hop. It's not gangster rap. He's not Kid and Play. Like y'all keep making this ridiculous. He's not a subgenre of hip hop because he's not a subgenre of the culture. He's not hip hop is street urban culture. First off, I'm gonna break this down, and I'm gonna get to these super chats because we got some work to do. We gotta go down to fuck around with this TV shit.
That's what I gotta do, man.
Listen, I'm gonna let you out of here.
Field trip for me.
Trap, listen, Rio. You keep making this argument. I'd rather you call in so I can talk to you. But since you in the group chat, you keep saying this, I'm gonna break it down.
What is that?
Hip hop is created by gangsters. The way people were dancing, they would stick up kids and dancers. That's it. It's a foundation off of the black spades. It's a foundation off of street guys. So when you keep saying hip hop is not gangster, that's the greatest lie ever told. Of course it is. Public Enemy is gangsters. Revolutionary is gangster. Anybody that forms a group of people that goes against the standard of the law is gangs. They can break the law.
Why this the shit that gave me so much?
I know.
Why are you responding to this dumbass chat with this?
Because he sent it 30 times.
What the heck, bro? If he don't understand where the authenticity.
But it's important that we try to
Kid
help
and Play with street dudes. They were street dudes, man.
I keep telling that, but they don't think that because in their mind, he don't think Kid and Play is street dudes.
Yeah, you bugging.
They don't know.
They talked about. Go listen to the song. Go listen to the song last. Go listen to the song by Kid and Play called Last Night. Go listen to the song by Kid and Play called Last Night. You know what I'm saying? How they talk about how they was running around in the streets, going to the clubs that was that the street dudes was hanging out at. Like, come on, yo.
Don't know, but they don't know that because they like.
And you be using it.
He just said something earlier that NWA introduced gangsterism into hip. I'm like, no, bro. I get it. That's what white people told you. White people said that they was like, here's the gangster rap. We didn't even call it gangster rap.
No, didn't.
Like, you don't know that, but sometimes y'all be feeling so smart. Drake is not hip hop. He's a pop rapper. Sometimes he makes pop rap. It's nothing wrong with that. What's the point of trying to even keep it as a subgenre? What are you fighting for? What are you fighting for, dog? What are y'all fighting for? You don't have a place to stand. I hear it. You hear him rapping. So you like, and Drake says the same thing. He like, because I'm black and I rap, all my songs get classified in hip hop. He said, I approach making songs. It's not pop hop because it ain't always about dancing. It's not about dancing. Hip is cool. Hop is the dance, the movement. Like Trap will tell you. Hop is the movement. Hip is something that's an inner city thing. It's a way we talk, live, how we express ourselves. Drake is not hip. Drake has never been hipped. Never been hip. Nothing about Drake is hip. Nothing. He's not hip. He's not hip. Hip is something. Go look at old movies and see what hip is. Trap, look at who they used to call hip.
Mm-hmm.
Go look. Hip. He's not hip. He's not. He's a pop rapper. He's a fantastic pop act. He's not hip. And he's definitely not the hop.
What you mean?
When you say the subgenre of hip hop, I understand that, but that's going to be related to where you grew up. Like trap is not a subgenre of hip hop. It's Atlanta's version of hip hop. And then y'all think y'all can make trap anywhere because you got a dope spot in Michigan, you can call it a trap. No, you're a biter. They call it something else there. So no, you're not making trap rap if you're from Michigan. You're not making trap rap if you're from LA because we don't have traps. We don't have bandos. These are expressions that mean something. You got to stop thinking this is just art. It ain't just art. It ain't just duplicated through art. It's an accurate description of culture related and expressed through the arts. So it would mean he would have to have an understanding of said culture. Drake is not hip. The people that are not hip hop are not hip. That's why we don't call them hip. There are some people. Kid and Play was hip. Kid and Play never was pop. Drake is not like Kid and Play.
No.
The fact that you think you look at Kid and Play and think you see Drake is crazy. These niggas were some of the coldest B-boys to rock a microphone. Show me that.
That's a fact.
Show me the lingo. Show me the lingo. Show me the get down. Show me when I first heard Kid and Play, I heard New York. I heard how they talk. Show me that. Y'all motherfuckers don't get it. You keep trying to reduce down something that's really special. And you keep trying. This is how we lost rock. Shut up and let the grown folks deal with it if you don't want to deal with it. You still get your Drake, but we don't lose another thing because y'all want to be sellouts. Shut up and let the grown folks deal with it. Stop tweeting about it. Shut up. If you don't know what you're talking about, shut up. Shut up. Kid and Play are some of the greatest B-boys. They had a ton of flavor. They was nothing but New York street urban dudes. They wasn't no, I don't know what y'all think. Where do y'all think that? The whole fucking House Party movie is about some fucking dudes they fighting with and having parties and wrong. It's a bunch of shit that's wrong. Kid and Play was ours, always. They never belonged to nobody else. As a Kid and Play fan that grew up as a fan, they were ours. White people wasn't talking about no fucking Kid and Play. White people was not talking about no Kid and Play. They didn't have no chart topping top 20 songs in the country. Ain't Gonna Hurt Nobody wasn't the number one song in the country. Kid and Play was ours. That's what y'all don't get. Kid and Play was ours. That dude never belonged to us. He belonged to the world from the first day. Best I ever had was it he did not belong to us. Do y'all not get that? That's the difference. Kid and Play was ours. Kid and Play wasn't like y'all think House Party is this movie that sold 100 million. It was like, that's not what it was. That's ours. That was our culture. That was our party. That was New York party. They shot it here. That's what life was for us. That was ours. House Party ain't this huge ass fucking movie. That House Party ain't fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all got it fucked up. I think y'all look at Kid and Play today and be like, man, that shit was just fun. We didn't even see that as no fun shit like that. That was just going to House Party. That was ours. You got to understand that. Yeah, that was ours. That's what makes it different. Drake, from the first day when they got him, he always belonged to the world. It was never ours. All pop music is like that. Not songs that go pop. Gin and Juice was ours from the first day. Juicy was ours from the first day. Jay-Z, I'm a hustler, babe. That was ours first. And then it got so popping, it belonged to the 50 Cent was ours first. Kanye as a producer was ours at first. That was ours. There was never, Drake belonged to the world the whole time. He made music for the world the whole time. He is a scientist when it comes to making records. He's not a cultural scientist because he don't understand culture. He's a record scientist. And then he just dresses the part. No different than an actor going to get a wig when they actually acting a part in a film. That don't mean they understand it. Like Denzel Washington can't tell you what it's like to be a police. That's his job for this film. Shauna G, thank you for the membership. 2 months. We going up. K-Way, what up? Thank you for the $5. Trap, don't wipe after you, boo-boo. Just get up and walk away with the payday candy bar butt.
What the hell? Yo.
He said candy.
K-Way, what's wrong with you,
K-Way,
man?
thank you for the
K-Way,
$2.
what's wrong with you, man?
Is it a blessing if you had to sin to get it? It's a tricky one. Shout out to 21 Blackjack. Thank you for the $2. Trap thinks Crack Zero is better than crack. Crack Zero is funny. Cuzzo, thank you for the $2. Shout out to my little cousin Davion. K-Way, thank you for the $5. King discounted drugs in the 50s is a hell of a story. Legend has it a wop bob a loo bob a bop bamboo was inspired by King's products.
You stupid, KY.
Kai, what up? Thank you for the $2. Ladies.
Yeah.
Andre Noble, thank you for the $2. Did you see your boy D1 interview on Banks? Nah, I didn't see it. I seen they put a topic said Banks agreed with him. Bank agreed with him, but I didn't watch it. I gotta talk to D1, man. D1 is kind of scaring me sometimes, man. I definitely, me and D1 gotta have a whole conversation about him telling me he a Christian before he black. That's the whole podcast next time we talk. We ain't talking about no hip hop. We ain't talking about no strip clubs. Nigga, how are you Christian before you black? That is a problem in America. Shout out to K-Way. Thank you for the $5. No phase with Ye. He looked like he a headbutt and twist meat in the fight because it turns him on.
He's stupid.
Get uppercut in the fight. Shout out to Feed. What up, Feed? What up, Feed? Thank you for the $2. I'll fight Kanye on behalf of the fat delegation. There go Feed. Turn into a warrior.
There you go.
Here it is. 504 Roller. Thank you for the $5. Ye cousin nicknamed him Jawbone.
Wow.
Roller, that's crazy.
Wow.
Shout out to Blonde
Look at
Baby
these
Girl
dogs.
135. Thank you for the $5. Hey, Lunch Table family. I'm here, y'all. I'm pumping out these t-shirt orders, but I'm still listening. How y'all doing today? What's your t-shirt so we can advertise in Blonde Baby Girl 135? What t-shirt you got? DM me that so I can see it and start advertising it for you. Shout out to Capricorn Baby. Thank you for the $5. Some of y'all will go to a David Duke concert if he made some bangers. Shaking my head. Trap for sure. Be like, man, you ain't heard that David Duke album?
Shit, the production good.
See?
Thank you, Bijou. What up? Thank you for the $5. I fuck with the logo every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That part, my boy. Can't wait for real. Thank you for the $5. Women bleed for 3 to 5 days and don't die. They're definitely stronger than us men. Shout out to women. I swear to God. I don't know how we even arguing this shit at this point. Women give birth. I couldn't give birth. I barely could use the bathroom without straining. Miss Peachy Peaches, thank you for the $10.
Man.
This is ridiculous. Do people know what hate is? Disliking someone because they move like a snake or having a cat-like behavior. Oh, having like behavior ain't hate. Calling someone out for their being moving is just calling them out. That's all. Shout out to NorCal Pete. Thank you for the $5. You right and wrong. Some shit ain't deep. Doors used to be a lot of heavier and it started a tradition. We'll talk about it. Steve, what up? Shout out to my boy Steve, gatekeeper.
Hey, what up?
$5. Westernization is the result of everything you're seeing now. Western feminism, hyper-individualism, capitalism, all the isms.
Isms.
Shout out to Bob the Baby Girl 135. Thank you for the $10. As a grown woman, I love being soft and feminine. Being soft doesn't make you weak. I love to be looked after and protected by a strong man. However, I will beat your ass and go right back to being a woman. That's how I always knew it. That's how I always thought it went. That's why I say I don't relate soft and weak. They might be synonyms, but I don't relate the two like that. Everything soft ain't weak. Like a pillow is soft, but it's not weak. Is that fair to say, King? You hear me? Shout out to K-Way. Thank you for. You think a pillow is weak?
The comparison, like strength wise, what you mean? Like you can't rip it or something?
Yeah, you think you can rip a pillow in half?
No, I never tried.
Shout out to K-Way. Thank you for the $5. We can't expect accountability and masculinity from two rappers that continually drag women into their rhymes and issues with other men. This is who they are. Might be true. Jima, thank you for the $2. Trap, wake your sleepy ass up, nigga.
Who said that?
Jima. Shout out to K-Way. Thank you for the $5. Wake up, Trap. You got heroin eyes again.
That's another one?
Leave women alone.
That's another one said wake up?
Yeah, K-Way said that. Shout out to Bomb the Baby Girl 135. Thank you for the $5. Comment. Yeah, I did that if you hit that like button. If not, do it for the Lunch Table family real quick. Thanks. You heard her. Hit that like button. K-Way, thank you for the $2. Started from a condo. Now we here. Started from a condo. It's funny. Shout out to Jima. Thank you for the $2. G was twisting fingers to the best I ever had in Marvin's room. Man, I remember they played that shit. I was like, and it's crazy because that beat was floating around at Cash Money. The Kia Shine song. So to watch them turn that song into that, it was like, damn, you just knew he was a pro as a record maker. Like, as soon as he walked in, he was like, some shit, and you heard that song, he's like, damn, like successful. I remember just hearing them songs, like Jesus Christ, these shits is great. I never felt like they were cultural. You know what I mean? I never heard them was like, man, these right here, just these the culture. Like, nah, this just was good song. Shout out to Harry Marin. Thank you for the $5. Only one of the big three rappers made music with Taylor Swift and Maroon 5. That's true. He's the most culturally, he's the most cultural figure out of all of them. The rest of them don't need to because they is
they're already over there.
Taylor Swift and Maroon 5. Somebody said, why don't Drake make song with Taylor Swift? Because he's Taylor Swift.
Yeah, he's already
Why
over
don't
there.
make song with Maroon 5? Because he's Maroon 5.
Yeah.
Like Kendrick still is not like, he not Taylor Swift. Drake is Taylor Swift. They the same person. Like he came and he saw hip hop and started using it to make some pop rap songs. Taylor Swift saw country and started making like them kind of knockoff pop country songs. Why the fuck would Drake is Taylor Swift? That's like Taylor Swift going to do an album with another pop artist to get more exposure. She's Taylor Swift. Why the fuck would Drake do another? Like, he don't need shit. He is the one. Shout out to Down in the Dixie. Thank you for the $10. Whenever you judge black art through the validation of white built infrastructures like the charts and not by the quality of the art, it's because you don't like black art. You like white approval. Woo. Woo.
I like that one.
That was fire.
I like that one.
Shout out to Mika Red. Thank you for the $10. Church on fire today. Thank you, Pastor Lowe. Preach. Got you. Delgado the Great, thank you for the $5. Here you go. I had to spin to get short mention. He the one multi-platinum, didn't play the game, did nothing but sell game and never give halves. Oh, he never gets half they love. Oh, yeah. He don't get half they love. Short is the one too, but all the Short's peers and people that came after love him to death. Biggie, Jay, everybody loves Short. Yeah, he get his respect from the business.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Bonta Baby Girl 1 Trade 5. Drake is a duck lip demon. Cry. Shout out to K-Way. Thank you for the $2. Aubrey is closer to PM Don than Kid and Play.
That's a fact. I heard that before.
It's not bad. It's not a bad comparison.
Yeah.
PM Don did have some records.
A record.
Huh?
A record.
There was only one, huh?
Yeah, only one.
Shout out to Mika Red. Thank you for the $10. If you don't know what you're talking about, shut up. Preach, Pastor Loke Todd. Sometimes I feel like they just arguing and just listen. Just listen. Breezy Blue. If K-Arts want to start talking, I'll just be listening. I wouldn't be saying shit. Breezy Bluciano, thank you for the $1. I hope you like the sticker. Beatboxers, thank you for the $5. I played drums for Kid when I was a drummer in the early 2000s for our comedy club in Seaside, California. He is definitely way more hip-hop than Drake. Kid is like talking to somebody from the streets. Kid done been through some shit and seen some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Mateo. Thank you for the $5. We don't like your cities, your town. We like ours, cuz. That was a corrupt line. That was fire. Miss Lay Shield, thank you for the membership. We got it coming up. M. Reed, membership, what up? My series, How to Decipher Poetic Justice, explains how Dot accepted Pac's mission to save hip-hop. Part 4 on the way. Peace and love to the lunch table. I got to check it out. Make sure you DM it to me on IG. That might be true, though, because he did kind of make some changes and some concessions. He might have did take on that kind of mission. That's interesting. Shout out to Kobo Dog. Thank you for the $5. Is it me or do it sound like the people that keep attributing NWA creating gangster rap is a slight at the West Coast negatively affecting hip-hop? I tell Trap that all the time. He think I'm crazy.
The destruction.
Yeah.
What my special ed said? The destruction.
They couldn't believe that these niggas was popping. It was like, man, they got to be niggas helping them. They sounded like Drake. Shout out to K-Way. Thank you for the $2. Stay away from those field trips, King. It's a trick.
Oh, is that what it is going down there?
Shit.
No Sinners Live, the lunch hour, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here, noon Pacific, 3 p.m. on the East Coast. Thank y'all for tapping in. Hit that like button before you get out of here. Get to 400 likes. You already know the deal. If you're on Facebook, share this post. You're on Twitter, retweet this link. We do this stream to support the No Ceilings podcast. New episodes loading. So many in the chamber. Remember, the live videos go to the members. We about to start working on this space so we can take this production up to the next level. It's coming. No Ceilings Podcast, executive produced by Charlamagne the God, the Black Effect Podcast, and iHeart. Our sponsor, Meals by Manny. If you want to lose weight, gain weight, or you just don't feel like cooking, hit up Meals by Manny, MANNIE.com. Best meals in all of California, straight up. And if you want to cook your own meals, get some of that Hood Fire seasoning from the homeboy Manny, mealsbymanny.com. We will see y'all Friday. It's on.
Go subscribe to All Dreams Happen Different Network. Let's that
And
Gatekeepers
check out
Podcast.
Gatekeepers Podcast.
Yeah.